What's up, guys? We're the Top Hat Dudes, and we are live. My name is Devin.
Cody.
Zach.
And he's the quiet one, according to the comments.
I'm sick.
And Cody's the sick one, because
Yeah, I'm sick this week.
he's a jerk.
Sorry, did my best.
Talk louder.
I'm doing my best.
So what do you want to talk about first, Cody?
Something we talked about last podcast, I'm going to retort. How I said DC Comics is my favorite publisher. I'm going to go back to Marvel. After reading some comics today, I've decided against it. Still love Red Hood, but Marvel's it knows what it's doing. So.
I'm pretty sure Zach's going to kill you.
Yeah, I think Zach's a little mad. So.
Well, I still go with Vertigo. Especially because I started reading, well, not started reading, but I'm really interested in this show called, well, not show, comic book, The Unwritten, which is pretty much, from what I've gotten, a boy's father writes a bunch of novels that are kind of like Harry Potter, and the main character is based off of his son, even though it's not about his son, it's based off of him. So he feels entitled to, some fame and stuff, and then apparently stuff that he thought were fictitious characters come and kidnap him and try to kill him. So imagine fucking Snape chasing after you.
It's freaking weird. Yeah. Really quick.
I'm gonna turn your TV off because this is annoying me.
It's muted.
Yeah, okay. ADHD. Alright, well, on with the podcast. Zach, how do you feel now?
I'm just going with DC. Yeah.
We went to the comic book store today and Zach didn't buy anything.
I bought
Again.
$50, like 3 books in one day.
Yeah,
I spent like $55 last time I went. Didn't really care.
Yeah, me too. But that was like a month ago. I mean, you didn't get anything recently,
No.
and you haven't finished reading the stuff from like a month ago, and they
I think
weren't that
it's clear,
big.
No.
Get it together. Stop doing
I've
your
been-
whole job. Just quit your job.
I've been at work and playing Arkham City. Leave me alone.
Which is a good game.
It's a great game. Especially when you actually realize that, to do all the Riddler things, some of them you have to do at the beginning of the game. And I didn't know that. So I have to restart.
I'm really glad we have videos so we can show Zach doing this and karate chop in the air. Speaking of which, didn't know my broadcasting software that I'm trying a new one of could capture video, and that's why there wasn't video last time. We figured out a lot of stuff. Zach figured out how to wave his arms. Good job.
Orange juice is awesome. Alright, continuing. So, onward. Something I called Fables movie is getting made pretty soon.
Happy
It's
about
going
it.
out there.
Happy about it. Happy about it. I'm really happy about it.
How do you hope they make a trilogy out of it? What do you hope?
I hope they don't do with The Hobbit and take one story arc and make it into 3 movies. I can see why they're doing that with The Hobbit, even though it's movie talk, not comic books. I can see why they're doing that with The Hobbit. But at the same time, it would have been a lot better if it was in like a 2-part movie or a really long movie. Because people who like that book would stay through the whole thing, right?
I read it. I liked it a lot.
Zach doesn't read, except for comic books.
He apparently doesn't do that very
He's
often.
illiterate.
A lot.
So, he just looks at the pretty pictures.
I'm sorry I was neglected as a child.
You never learned how to read as a child.
It's kind
Is
of
there,
Not
is this
really.
a dark
Yeah,
secret
that's
you've never
right.
told us?
I
Is this why you failed
This
English for a
escalated
semester?
way too quickly
Yeah.
for me.
Whoa.
Do not like this.
This is why you almost failed English for a semester last year?
No, that's Guerrero's fault.
Oh, okay, well then. So, you're the main Fables guy. What do you hope?
Hell yes.
What do you hope? What story arc do you hope they do?
Well, if I were to be a Hollywood executive and to make a movie, honestly, from their point of view, I would chop it up. But I wouldn't. It's hard to separate yourself from your love of your comic books to put yourself in the mindset of a Hollywood executive But I'm trying to, and I personally would make it about the first story arc, where they were exiled to the New York, or their little section of New York called Fabletown, and they go to war eventually with the Empire, who is headed by the bloody-handed adversary, who, not going to spoil it, turns out to be another fable that's very popular. And then the movie would be them actually getting exiled, them going to war, then eventually haven't gotten to it, but there's more than that issue, so I'm pretty sure they win. Haven't read that far yet. I'm at issue number 70. I'm actually going to read 70 once this podcast is over. I made myself wait. But I would have to put it into a couple parts because it is a long, story. In the Fables, lover part of me, I want an origin story, them actually being exiled. Not just after they've been exiled, because that's never been an official storyline in the comic books. There have been offshoots like 101 Nights of Snowfall and Werewolves of the Heartland, but they've never actually explained fully how the process went, which ones made it at first, how they decided, hey, let's go to New York, because I don't remember what issue it was. They met Hansel and Gretel in New Amsterdam when they took them in. So I don't know if it was always in New York. I kind of think it was, but I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, New York used to be named New Amsterdam. So it may have always been there. I really don't know.
This sounds like it's going to be pretty good. I know the last 2 times they attempted it, it's gone bad, but I think this time it'll go pretty well.
It would be really funny if they got the dude who plays Wolverine to be Bigby Wolf. I think that'd be pretty hilarious. Wouldn't want it, because I don't think he'd do a good Bigby Wolf, but if he could, that'd be pretty funny.
It would be.
Something I'm excited about this is villain month for DC, isn't it?
It's the next September.
Okay, well, September, I will get that Joker comic book, and I will read it in 5 minutes. That is a book that I would read really fast, because it's the Joker. So, Devin.
So what you're saying is...
Psycho again.
Yeah,
I mean, last one he was trying to torture people, and now it's like...
So what you're saying is you're not illiterate. You just are illiterate for certain things.
Yes.
That's like when you have selective hearing. Zach has selective reading.
Yeah.
Like, Devin gave me that series, the House of Night series, and the second book.
I gave you that for AR points.
You did. I think it was the second book. I was like, shoo. I read it, but then she started turning out to be a whore, and I was just kind of like, I don't want to read anymore. So I slowed down.
And you really kept flipping the page. You punched the book every time.
To flip a page, I would punch it, and it would flip. That's how much I hated
then.
it.
Well done. What's your opinion on Villain Month? Now that we're on topic, I think it's gonna be interesting because a lot of since they did the reboot, a lot of superheroes or supervillains haven't been there. I know Lex Luthor we haven't seen yet, and he's getting his own comic book for Superman, so it's gonna be kind of interesting.
I think they kind of need it. Some people just need to... You can't focus on just one main character or all the good guys forever. There has to be a certain point where you go into the other side to keep interest, I guess.
Yeah, I mean there are people out there who much prefer villains over superheroes. So.
Zach being one of them.
Zach being
No, I'm even.
Uh,
Nightwing and Joker, which are on the frame.
Yeah, let's talk about these nice frames that our good man Devin here
Our artist
made. One complaint: why the hell are his 2 favorite people the biggest one? What's going on here?
Have you ever tried to look up a picture of Red Hood and find a good one?
Yeah, there's some toughy ones out there.
Yeah,
it's pretty hard.
That was the best one I could find.
Okay, I like it. I like that Fable ones too.
Fable, unwritten. Beneath that is Joker. Beneath that, with our name, is a bunch of superheroes from Spider-Man to whatever. Right of that, Red Hood. Right of that, Nightwing. Above that, some more comic books, just randomly, and then Marvel, Vertigo, and DC, who I think are the big 3 when it comes to publishing.
No,
Dark
Vertigo's
Horse.
in DC. And I'm
Well-
gonna say Image is Marvel, DC, and Image because Image has Walking Dead and Spawn right now. So I think those would be the big three.
Zach said Dark Horse.
I've heard a lot more about
Well, Dark Horse doesn't just do. Dark Horse does
a bunch of stuff.
manga as well
Yeah.
as comic books.
You mentioned Spider-Man, in that little picture. So let's talk about how do you feel about, I guess they call it the Doc Ock Spider-Man? How it's Spider-Man, or it's Doc Ock in Spider-Man's body.
It's-
When Peter Parker is technically dead.
It's weird. I mean, yeah, they killed Spider-Man or whatever, and they really couldn't figure out a way to bring a new one into the picture. So then they just like put Doc Ock in there, and it's like Dr. Octopus and Spider-Man just don't mix. It's
Yeah.
weird.
It's very weird how I guess I haven't read any of it, and I guess I want to sit down and try to because it just seems very odd. Like Doc Ock is a villain. I've always known him as a villain and never known him to be a superhero. But since he's in Spider-Man's body, somehow he's still being a superhero. I just don't get how that would work out too well.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't know what that was. Usually, it's cool when things are tried out. This is not one of those times. I don't like it. I mean, no.
I don't know how much longer they're going to do it because I know a lot of fans at Amazing Spider-Man number 700, they got really upset about it. There's even Stan Lee even jokes about it. He'll even take pictures of like him holding his Amazing Spider-Man 700 and like putting it in a shredder, throwing it in the trash. And I mean, how much longer they can keep it going? Apparently, they're going to keep it going. They announced the Mighty Avengers story arc, which is going to happen in September as well as Villain Month for DC. And Doc Ock Spider-Man is going to be a part of the Mighty Avengers. So apparently they're going to keep it going a little while longer. I really hope they bring back Peter Parker because he's been around forever pretty much. It's what a lot of people grew up with, and I guess I can see why a lot of people are upset that it's now Doc Ock and not Peter Parker. So yeah. What else?
I mean, you said the Mighty Avengers, which made me think of Avengers 2 and how awesome that's going to be. I can't wait to see Thor the Dark World because that one's coming up next. That's going up before Captain America Winter Soldier.
We'll get to Captain America Winter Soldier in a second. Thor looks very good. Like, I love what they're doing. I like the first one. I heard people who said they didn't like the first one. I didn't really see anything wrong with it. It was very interesting.
I really like both of them.
Yeah.
Not that I've seen the second one. It looks like I'm really going to enjoy the second one, and I've already watched the first one, and I really liked it as well. So
I think we're at that point where there's never going to be a bad superhero movie because they're always going to have enough funding now. Like, I think the last bad one was Green Lantern. People hated it because of the story and how it was rushed and how the CGI was great, but I mean, CGI in every movie can be great. I think we're at that point after Avengers where now every movie is going to get funded like buku amounts of money to be good no matter what. Like, I don't think we're ever going to see a bad superhero movie again.
Well, speaking of that, I watched a video interview a couple of days ago with a man who heads up a practical effects studio. And, you think of CGI, well, like, this guy is acting... Ted, for example, there wasn't, like, nothing there when... Who was the guy that played... Not Ted, that was Seth.
Mark Wahlberg.
When Mark Wahlberg was talking to Ted, he wasn't just talking to thin air. They had a teddy bear there, and then they made it into, an actual moving around thing. They cut the person holding the bear out with CGI. But practical effects is where they actually take the time to make something, make an animatronic thing, put makeup on someone, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how CGI has pretty much taken over and practical effects are almost nowhere because movie studios think it's cheaper, it's faster, it's better, whatever. But he started putting out YouTube videos of the stuff that he made. In Spider-Man, when he was versing the Green Goblin, they actually made a completely just badass Green Goblin. And literally the coolest... It's scary looking. Like, it's actually... It freaks you out when you see it. But Hollywood guys pretty much came in and said, no, we don't like that. You know, just make the fake mask, which didn't look as good as the other thing. I want to see a good use of that. Maybe not in a superhero movie, because there is always, you know, lasers around and stuff like that. I want to see, you know, I guess comic book movies, especially the Fables movie. I think that's where practical effects would be so awesome, to make all the little animal fables and stuff like that. That would be so much better than CGI, because too much CGI isn't a good thing. I mean,
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I don't want explosions everywhere. I don't want Michael Bay in every movie. You know,
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I know he's directing or producing, whichever he is, I forget, the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies. And at first that really alarmed me, because I was like, what does this mean for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Is we gonna have explosions 24/7 in the background of like Leonardo just doing a flip? I don't want that. I just want a good old... I want like the original 3 live action ones. I want something that's good as that. So hopefully Michael Bay does good with that.
I don't think I've seen the original Ninja Turtles movies in forever. The last, like, superhero movie I saw, I was flipping through FX and X-Men came on. I forgot at the very beginning of the movie, or towards the beginning of the movie, Stan Lee was outside watering his plants. And he's so funny when he acts in his own movies. You comic book movies?
I have to sneeze really bad, guys. So just let y'all know.
Sneeze.
Going back. No, I'm good. I'm holding it. I'm sick, but I'm still here. So, what was the first superhero movie you can remember that you watched?
Like live action or like...
Yeah, like live action.
What was yours?
Daredevil, Ben Affleck, and I'll still remember to this day how I thought it was like the coolest movie.
Yeah.
And then now here it is, like 10 years. I want to say it's like 10 years later now. Yeah, because it came out in 2003. So 10 years later, people sit there and say, "Oh, it's the worst movie of all time for a superhero movie," and like Daredevil wasn't portrayed well at all. And I was just like, I loved that movie as a kid. I see where they're coming from, but I liked it. I can see how they don't like Ben Affleck as an actor, but I liked the movie a lot.
Well, I don't even think it was like an official, you know, A+ movie, but it was just a B movie Superman. That was the first one. I don't even remember what it was called. But, you know, when you're a kid and, you know, they make the effects look kind of cool, even though the story was shit, even though the acting was terrible, you're like, wow, he actually looks like he's flying. This is crazy. You know, it's really hard to think about what it was about and everything, but I know it was Superman.
I'm pretty sure mine was that Batman movie with, I can't remember his name, but it was the one where he gets Dick Grayson in.
Batman,
Forever or Batman something.
I think it was maybe Batman Forever.
Wasn't Batman Forever the one with Jim Carrey in it as the Riddler?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was Jim Carrey was the Riddler, and Tommy Lee Jones was Two-Face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. I liked that one a lot.
I didn't really like Jim Carrey is
The Riddler
good.
was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
There were some parts where he kind of just overdid it, though.
Yeah,
I thought.
towards the end, you were kind of like, all right, dude.
Yeah, you're kind of like,
too far.
you're dying. Please just stop.
So what did you think about it growing up?
That was kind of when I actually started being like, wow, Robin is awesome. And I wanted to be him more than Batman. And as a movie, back then I was like, this is really cool. Now, especially with the whole Dark Knight trilogy, I will probably never ever watch that movie again. Because these are like so good.
Whoa.
Don't say that.
I'm just saying.
Don't
dude.
say that.
I will give credit where credit is due. Dark Knight trilogy was amazing. They did
really,
right.
really, really good. Hopefully, Justice League is on par with that.
Yeah. The old school Batman, besides Batman and Robin with George Clooney, all of those really good. I mean, the one that Tim Burton did, original Batman, with like, who was it? I forget his name. Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Really good. I love the guy who played Batman. Well, Jack Nicholson, who we would think would not be a good Joker, does a really well made Joker in that movie. It's just really good. After that one, the one with Riddler and Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, so good. So they're not.
They
that
are
bad.
good. I'm just. They're like, say, here, and Dark Knight Trilogy is at least like here.
Okay, respect. But you were like, I'd never watch those
Yeah,
again.
you're
I was
like,
whoa.
oh,
Like,
those
cause
are
I don't
good.
watch Dark Knight Trilogy really anymore unless somebody's like, yeah, I haven't seen it, and I'm like, well, what the hell is wrong with you? Where have you been? And
You're
then
one of
I'll
those
show
people
'em.
who watches a movie and then you're like, I'm good, never need to see it again.
No, maybe.
You are, because I remember how I was like, dude, let's watch the Avengers, because I bought it on DVD. And you were like, no, I don't want to watch it again. I was, really?
Because
I was
great
totally up for watching that
movie.
again because that movie was awesome.
Yeah, great movie.
scary movies, I'll watch
I can't watch
so
them
many, so many times. It
I can't watch them more
depends.
than twice.
I
Because
don't know.
the second time, it's like, I know what's happening.
I used to watch Pirates of the Caribbean for like, not
Because
for like,
That's a
Pirates of the
that's-
Caribbean is awesome.
like
Yeah.
even just when the first one was out, I would still watch it like every week almost.
Well, because it's awesome.
Yeah.
And like, I always wanted to be a pirate when I was a kid, and like I had like the whole. That was pretty much my toys were the giant.
Were they these?
No, it was
These
literally
toys?
I had to build a ship. It took me at least 3 hours to build a ship that was like this big, and it had like 3 pirates. It was that and like one Batman action figure. That's all I had. I was
Poor
not.
kid. For a poor kid.
No, my mom was just like, no.
Your
yeah.
life is so hard, Zachary.
No, I wanted
What troubles have you been through?
sports.
Ooh.
My mom was all like, you gotta be like your cousin. You have to be an all-star. And I was like, I don't like
I like
this.
this Brooklyn accent his mother just got. He's like,
Yeah, I know.
you got to be like this.
That was a Brooklyn. That was Italian.
My bad. I can't. I'm sick. I can't do it.
I didn't know.
I
Like,
played soccer for years and I had fun.
yeah, but I didn't want to. They forced me into it, which made it even worse.
I feel like we're getting into some psychological stuff. Like, I'm sure the viewers are just like, what the fuck's going on right now? Let's talk about that. Actually, like, how do you feel when you see, like, parents who force their kids to do stuff that, like, they want their kid to relive their childhood?
That's what makes crazy kids.
Like I've seen, like, parents who, like, the dad was, like, the quarterback in football in high school. So they want their son to be just like that. And, like, they push their kid to, like, be the best. And, like, the kid just ends up, like, not doing very well in school because all he does is focus on athletics. He doesn't go far in life with that. And, like, it's really awful to see that happen to people.
And that's what I think happens to all those, like, really religious girls, because their parents are all like, you have to be completely religious, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, I totally am. But then they, like,
And then they're whores.
yeah, they're like,
They're
they're
whores.
pushed into being whores because they can't do anything.
Because they rebel.
Yeah. That's what causes rebellion a lot with kids.
Like, I used to do judo. And what judo is like, you wear a karate gi. You pretty much throw people, and pretty much the basics. You just throw people. There's no, like, hitting or punching or kicking. Many a time there were parents who would just scream and yell at their kids if they didn't win, and it was really like, as a competitor, like, I grew up in that, and like I did it for about 2 years, and like to see a parent just start ripping into their kid made me want to like stand up and be like, hey, he did good. Like, I just faced him. Yeah, he almost beat me, but I beat him. But still, he did good. So stop yelling at him right now. And like, you could tell like it was emotionally scarring those kids for the rest of their lives. Like, you can tell they're gonna do the same thing to their kids. It's really bad. Like,
Well,
I
I
think
mean, have you ever flipped to the channel, hit TLC, and set Toddlers and Tiara show?
like that stuff.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, the parents forcing their kids. to
I've
be-
never actually sat down and watched that show just because, like, even just a glimpse of it on the TV is just like too much. They're freaking putting pounds of makeup on their 4 or 5-year-old kid.
Well, there was, I think last year, one of the moms got like a child protective services called on them because she put the kid in a tanning bed when she was like 2 years old. You were just like,
They
what
do
the
that.
hell?
What? I know.
It's really ridiculous. As a future psychologist, future generations are gonna have a lot of problems, and I think it arises from our parents. They really need to sit down and realize that what they do to their kids is gonna affect future generations for a long time to come. Because like a dad who sits there and comes home every night drunk and beats his wife and beats his kids is gonna affect that kid to make him want to do that, to make him turn to alcohol, turn to drugs, turn to going to jail. That's what's wrong right now. Is parents need to start realizing, hey, like even teen parents need to sit down and realize,
Teen
hey,
parents need to stop having kids.
that too. But
Yeah.
like even like say maybe it is an accident, like you didn't mean for it to happen.
Well, not all. We're not saying all teen parents are bad, because
No.
I know there's a couple of kids that we all know that we graduated high school with that have kids who are like 2 years old, and they're awesome dads and awesome moms because they're doing everything that their parents didn't do. Because if you're having a kid when you're 15, 16, 17, 18, truth is your parents probably fucked up, and that's why you're having a kid that young.
Yeah, and like you gotta separate responsibility. Like I've seen. Then there are all those bad teenage parents who
Who like
go out and party and leave the kid with their parents.
who smoke when they have a child
Oh yeah,
in their womb.
the ones who already have a baby at 18.
Then get pregnant with another
Yeah.
child while smoking and drinking.
Yeah, like you need to sit down and realize, hey, what you're doing is gonna affect future generations for a long time to come.
Without even their choice.
Yeah.
Like they can't choose. Because even if a little kid runs away because, you know, their parents are so bad so they go to their grandparents or whatever, you're in the womb. You can't choose. You're drinking and smoking and basically killing your unborn child.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just think people need to start accepting responsibility for their lives and realizing what they're doing is going to affect the future for a long time to come. So, that's that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, more comic books.
You guys come back to movies.
Wait, no,
David-
comic books.
Well, comic book movies.
Yeah.
They've been releasing pictures from them filming Captain America: Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier looks so fucking cool. Like, oh my god, does he look awesome? Like, do y'all know what the Winter Soldier is?
Nope.
So kind of like Batman has Robin, Captain America had Bucky Barnes, and Bucky died sacrificing his life. And he pushed Captain America off the rocket that was gonna blow up.
Yeah.
And he fell into the ocean and froze. Well, Bucky Barnes died, and like I want to say it was not around the time that Red Hood came back in Batman comics, but a little bit after, before I want to say Bucky came back, and it turns out he had also jumped off the rocket, gotten frozen, came back, but was picked up by Soviets, and they made him a Soviet spy. Well, he lost his arm in the blast, so they gave him a robotic arm. And like, so he has super strength in that arm, and then he's a master assassin because the Soviets trained him. And like, so first you're thinking like, oh well, that doesn't make any sense because Captain America was frozen for 90 years, came back, so Bucky should be really old. No, the Soviets made a cryogenic thing that actually worked, and like, so Bucky came in and out of a cryogenic sleep every now and then. So he's still like 25, so around the same age as Captain America. So, because they taken him out when he was like 15 when he died. They taken him out every now and then, so he ages slowly, but still he's aged, unlike Captain America, who hasn't really aged at all. So, Winter Soldier is pretty much Marvel's equivalent to Jason Todd Red Hood, but not they're equal in my mind. I like them both. They're very good characters.
Red Hood died.
Yeah.
Jason Winter Soldier didn't die.
Yeah. And so,
I just got that it was the Winter Soldier because it was in Russia, and Russia's cold.
Winter Soldier.
Do you get that?
Yeah. So,
well, fuck you guys.
So apparently he's coming back in this one to fight Cap, and then who else? I've heard other things like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Not Jean-Claude Van Damme. Some UFC fighter is playing this villain who he's French, and he just runs around being French pretty much. That's all he really does. That's all I know about him. And then they have the Falcon, which is another superhero, and he flies. He has like robotic wings that help him fly, and he can talk to birds.
And this is all in one.
It sounds really, really awesome. Like, I'm liking the sound of it. And then Black Widow's gonna be in it too, so it's a big mashup.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty cool. The pictures look really awesome. What they've gotten so far. They released concept art, and like one of the concept art was the Winter Soldier punching with his robotic arm, and Captain America holding him a shield and like sparks flying everywhere. And if that actually happens in the movie, I'm going to jizz my pants in the theaters. Stand up. Yell to the world, hey, I just jizzed my pants over a movie. Sit the fuck right down. Finish watching the movie. Go home. Change my pants. Come back. Probably watch it again. Hopefully, don't jizz my pants a second time.
So you're gonna spend $20, not counting gas. Lose a pair of perfectly good pants.
I don't give two shits about this fucking care about watching my damn Captain America. That's what I fucking care about right now. It's gonna be a great movie. Well then.
Well, since they're gonna have like 5, villains or heroes in the movie with Winter Soldier, Cap, Falcon, French guy, and Black Widow, I wonder how many superheroes and supervillains they're gonna pack into Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy, I know, has the original, not original, but like the 5 lineup is there's a Drax the Destroyer, who's this big alien like mercenary guy. Star Commander, who's like a human, but he has like he's pretty much a space astronaut guy. Gamora, who's like a sorceress. Groot, who's pretty much a tree guy. Like he's a tree, like a living tree. I don't know how to say it. Like if you kill him, like if he blows up, he just regrows from like the seeds that fall out. And then Rocket Raccoon. It's a raccoon.
That's like the cat who
Oh
became
my
a
God,
Red Lantern.
The Red Lantern cat.
No, Rocket Raccoon actually looks really cool.
And the Deadpool squirrel.
Deadpool squirrel looks really awesome, dude. Don't knock that shit.
No, that looks awesome. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I haven't seen
What's
it.
up with all these random animals just becoming
Well,
heroes and
you
villains?
gotta
they have like, who is it? Is it like
Crypto, the super dog.
Crypto the Super Dog.
There's
I
that
remember
bat.
there was a TV show
Yeah, there
on
was.
Cartoon Network, Crypto the Super Dog, and it sucked.
Yeah.
It was weird. It
It
was very
sucked.
weird.
It sucked really bad.
Um,
Because the dog could talk, and there was some stupid.
Bring the
human
real
kid.
Teen Titans back. Sorry.
shit just got real here,
I'm
guys.
sorry. That reminded
Zach
me.
just got
Zach?
loud for the first time on the podcast.
That just reminded
For
me.
the first time in his life.
No.
No, he's gotten loud before, but about very different things.
It just
If you know
reminded
what
me.
I mean.
No. No.
Continuing on.
It
Continue.
reminded me of Teen Titans Go.
No. Crypto the Super Dog.
Crypto the Super Dog was better than Teen
No,
Titans
just
Go.
the,
Titans
just
Go.
the fact of old shows, and I was like, oh yeah, Teen Titans. Oh yeah, they changed it to Teen Titans Go, which is terrible.
So you're saying you want to see a Crypto the Super Dog?
No,
That shit.
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying no. I want Teen Titans. That's all I want.
No.
That's all I want. you
Either
guys.
that or like a live action movie of Dick Grayson, like pretty much the whole Robin thing, and then the end of the movie is him just being like, "I'm out," and getting his whole Nightwing outfit, and that's it. End of the
Why'd
movie.
you like sign your name? You were like his Nightwing outfit.
I was thinking of like
His motherfucking outfit is my
I
name,
was thinking of
bitches.
how Spider-Man made his outfit, and he was all like sewing it and.
He was all like so
Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man. What did you think of that movie?
Didn't
That
see
was
it.
so much better. Wait,
I
what?
have not seen the
Of
Amazing
all
Spider-Man.
I didn't see it. None of you invited me.
I feel like you fit Peter
I watched it
Parker
on
better than I
TV.
do.
When was
on
it on
TV?
TV?
A lot.
Oh wait, he has
Oh, you got the fancy thing.
he
though.
has fancy cape, whatever.
No, it was on fucking TV.
Like Fox or something?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I don't have cable.
I have
So I
basic
wanna know.
cable. I've never.
I want
It's
to know.
always it's been on TV for like it's been out for almost
So
2
much
years now.
better, dude. And then what's her name?
Gwen Stacy.
Emma.
Oh, that girl. who
Whoever
plays her.
played Gwen. Dude, so much better than that Mary Jane chick.
You know what we're talking about.
No, he doesn't.
I enjoy how they showed him making the web shooters, because, like,
Yeah.
that is what the comic is. Like, he actually makes the web shooters. He didn't get bit and, like, magically shooting fucking spider webs out of his hand, because that shit doesn't make any fucking sense.
And I like it because it's like going on that story about like his parents having like all kind of secrets and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry. You
haven't watched it. I'm sorry. Spoiler alerts, guys. I mean,
Well, I mean that wasn't really a
Well,
spoiler.
stop trying. No spoiler alerts.
It's,
That's what we do.
it's just secrets, you know.
But now-
what it is.
they're making an Amazing Spider-Man 2.
What?
No, it's not something to be excited for.
Why?
Because of the villains.
Oh, cool.
You guys know who Paul Giamatti is?
No.
Yes.
The guy from Liar Liar with Frankie Muniz?
The annoying.
Yeah. The
How they
annoying
dye
with
him
the beard.
blue and he's got the... That guy is the Rhino. Yeah, they're CGIing it.
Well, I don't like the Rhino anyway.
Yeah, I don't like the
Isn't the Rhino really stupid?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Jamie Foxx. Black guy. Jaguar
Yeah,
chain.
yeah.
Electro. Electro is white and has like this really kind of like really weird costume. Well, no, in the movies they're making him blue. Like he's got blue skin, and it looks like electricity's flowing through him. It looks fucking stupid.
Well, I thought. What was the lizard guy? Like, what is his.
Green Goblin?
No, from. Sorry, the actual Amazing Spider Man movie.
Oh,
What
my
was
bad.
your guy? The one at the end?
Yeah, he reminds me of Killer Croc, but he's like the lizard.
Oh, I thought you said wizard.
No, the lizard.
Oh,
The Dr. Connors.
yeah,
like,
Dr. Connors.
What is his lizard thing though?
The lizard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the lizard, like, before I saw the movie, I saw the, like, action figures and, like, one picture of them, and I was like, this looks terrible. But then I watched the movie, and I was like, oh.
So maybe okay. So yeah, I agree because I did the same thing. I was like, this looks really stupid. Then I watched the movie. I thought they did it really well. But I've seen pictures of it, and I just don't think it's gonna be well. Even like that, and while Captain America: Winter Soldier is gonna have two villains, I know the French guy is gonna be in there for like 5 minutes. The Rhino and Electro are gonna share equal amount of time. And the last time they tried to do that was in Spider-Man 3. And it was Sandman and Venom. And it didn't end up well because Venom ended up looking like shit. And Sandman ended up being a pussy at the end. So I don't like... If there's going to be two villains, I think one should be there for like solid 30 minutes. The other one should take up the entire hour. Like, I think you can't have like 45 minutes. Because you're just not, there's no way you're going to end it very well for either character. Because like Spider-Man 3, it was like, you had Sandman all the way through till about like 50 minutes in, and Venom for like a solid 30 minutes. And they just really didn't do Venom very well. And Sandman was just like, yeah, well, I guess I'm sorry guys, peace out, and like sandstorms his way out. It just didn't look very well.
On a side note, I remember going to see Spider-Man 3 for my birthday.
Oh.
And Devin here was in the row in front of me, actually, I think. Or were we all on one
We
row?
were all in one row,
Okay.
and I was sitting with my legs crossed, and both of my knees were under the armrest, which were like the cup holders, because it's a movie theater. I was just sitting there, right? And towards the end of the scene,
Time.
What?
Why is Zach losing his
It's
mind over
funny.
here?
it was pretty funny.
Um,
So, it was all of us. I was in between two of the people that were there for Zach's birthday party. I was sitting, and it was towards the end of the movie where Spider-Man is, I think he's on a giant web, and he's looking around, and the camera keeps like going a little bit to the right, and then he looks that way, and he's, going around in a circle. When Venom dropped down, it scared me so much that I jumped, hit the armrest, and both of their drinks flew out up into the air and like exploded in midair pretty much. So that when they hit the ground, it got over everybody.
It didn't get on me.
well
though.
then,
So, that was a good birthday.
Zach was over at the end.
that doesn't sound like. I mean, you sound like you had a great birthday.
It-
Everyone else
yeah.
there like got really pissed off.
Well, we
Nah.
spent about like $50 in the Pac-Man machine when Pizza Hut still had indoor restaurants around here.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Sorry,
Sorry.
that raspy voice. Like I have a reason to have a raspy voice. You don't.
I'm sorry.
Apparently, Zach just gets really sexually attracted to Pac-Man.
No.
Something interesting
We just
while we're on
wanna-
topic of
wanna
Spider-Man. We've been
gabble
talking about
them up.
Spider-Man for a long time. Good God.
We
But
good?
I heard that they want to do something where like they introduce Venom, like they show a thing of Venom, but then they want to give Venom his own movie. And I think that'd be really cool because I think that'd probably be the first time a supervillain gets his own movie.
Well, maybe not the first time, but the first time in recent years.
Well, how many times do you remember a supervillain get his
Yeah.
own movie?
I can't, but I'm assured like that there's one somewhere out there. There's a movie about a supervillain.
Like
oh
a
yeah, I
Will-
meant like a Marvel or DC
like a
villain.
Will now.
There's still probably one out there. Like I can't name one, but they've been making movies for years, and there have been comic books for years, and they've been making comic book movies for years. So I assume that eventually, at some point between then and now, there has been a supervillain movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's one out there somewhere.
Might not be good, might not be in English, but there's one out there. And I know from Netflix that a lot of films aren't in English.
Yeah.
A lot of films. Because apparently Netflix is trying to be cheap and just get every other foreign film and not films.
Doing good on TV show stuff. They've been on a lot of Cartoon Network shows, so they're doing something right, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Finally they have Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and Ed, Ed and Eddie. And all the shows that we grew up with.
Yeah.
Courage the Cowardly Dog, yeah.
Back to the Venom movie. I think it'd be really interesting to see. But seeing how we've been talking about this for a while, your top 5 superhero movies.
So-
What's yours? Since you posed the question, you always have to have them.
Number 5, I'm gonna say. Ooh. What do you put me on the spot, dude?
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna say X-Men number 1. Number 4. Ooh. Dark Knight.
Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises?
Dark Knight. Number 3. Captain America: First Avenger. 2. Iron Man 2. Number 1 would have to be X-Men First Class. I like the way they did that one. It was really well made.
In no particular order. Dark Knight, Avengers, definitely. Iron Man 1, Thor. I really like Thor. And I think it was X-Men The Last Stand.
The third one?
Third one?
I like the third one.
It was
I like
just
that one.
action.
I
Was
They
better.
killed off like 3 major characters.
liked this. I really didn't care for the whole movie, but it was how they followed Wolverine in the movie.
I understand what you're saying.
Like the movie in a whole was all right, but the way they captured, like if it would have just been Wolverine, it would have been like one of the greatest movies. I think. Actually, they're counting,
Hold
I
on.
can't.
and I mean he's
I
illiterate.
report my
so
second one for Iron Man 2 or whichever one I said. Was the X-Men Origins Wolverine, which I know a lot of people hated because of what they did to Deadpool, but I
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah, that was,
Okay, Zach's over counting, so I guess
I
we'll just
don't know.
keep going until he's ready. Or
I
you
have
ready?
like 3 at least.
Oh, okay.
The first
We know
one.
you're illiterate, so you can do 3. No, you can't count to 5.
I mean, you're like a regular man, and you're illiterate.
The first one is The Dark Knight. This is probably just because of my whole Joker thing. But Dark Knight first. Second is The Dark Knight Rises.
Stop.
I think the third one would be The Amazing Spider-Man. And then I can't choose. It would be like one of the first 2 X-Men movies. And then probably just What?
Wait, what?
Didn't he already do 5? What was
No,
that
that's
for?
like
That's like 4.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Okay, so you said that you liked X-Men 3 because the way they fought Wolverine. X-Men 2 was all about Wolverine. Why'd you not choose that one?
Because I haven't seen a lot of that one. Like, more recently, I've seen X-Men: The Last Stand. I've seen that one before. I can recall more vividly in my head that one.
Okay.
So obviously, the second one didn't make that much of an impact on me if I can't
Oh,
remember
no.
it.
That was the second one. What?
If you include cartoons, sorry. The first one would be The Dark Knight, but then the second one would have been Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, and then Dark Knight and all those. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if they ever made a Nightwing movie, Zach would fucking lose it.
You know how
I
I
would.
said I'm gonna jizz my pants like Captain America Winter Soldier? No, he's gonna jizz his pants, his shirt, his hat, his hair, his shoes. Those 2 bracelets.
And his socks.
And his socks.
Just the commercial. Just, you know.
Just like the commercial? Holy shit, dude.
I'd be
You're
like,
you're
going. He's like, Dad, we need to go to Walmart. Like,
I have no clothes.
I have no clothes.
Oh, man.
Let's get off movies and comics for a little bit and go to music, I guess. Falling in Reverse, Saving Grace.
Saving Grace has to be,
They
Born
put
to Lead.
another song?
yeah, Born to Lead. No, not Saving
No, we were
Grace.
just saying it was their
It's
secret.
theirs.
Oh, okay. That's my bad.
Born to Lead is a very good song. I still like Fashionably Late and Alone a little bit, but
I like
Born to
Alone. Like, Fashionably Late's on the fucking floor. I'm not even gonna use my hand to describe that. And then here's Alone, and then here, up here, like way above it, but it wouldn't fit on the camera. Is Born to Lead.
Yeah.
In other news, Sleepwood Sirens on June 4th released their album Feel, and that's one of the greatest albums I've ever heard in my entire life. Deja Vu is my favorite song from the album, but The Best There Ever Was and Alone are really up there. They just released a music video for Alone, and I suggest you go and watch it. Even though I can't really make much sense of it, they're in like a spaceship
I
or a
liked it.
submarine, and then they're transported to an island, and it keeps going back and forth. Like,
I did watch it like when I went home. I liked it. The only thing was it MGK? What's his name?
MGK,
Okay.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah,
Kelly.
Kelly. Kellen. Yeah, totally.
Well, Kelly, that'd have been
Yeah.
awesome.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, what a
Like
fucking
when he
coincidence.
first comes in and he's all like, yeah, he kind of looks stupid. But
when
then,
he gets really close to the glass and the scientist lady's like, oh,
he's all like, yeah. But then like he actually starts like rapping at one part, like kind of actually rapping. And I was like, cool.
it gets better towards the
And then
middle.
like when Kellen's on the island, I was like, this looks really cool.
It looks really cool, but it's like, okay, this. I mean, I guess they're alone technically because
Yeah.
they get transported on the island. Why is the
then-
bassist rowing? What was that about?
No, that was the lead guitarist guy because he's cool.
Well, it was.
He's in a boat.
No, he was in the boat, and then the bassist was just chilling on the rocks.
He was on a boat on the other video too.
I'm on a boat. So
You're on a boat, okay? We
Okay.
get it.
I'm on a boat. Sorry, but he was on a boat for Roger Rabbit's video too.
Oh yeah,
Like at the
I
beginning
forgot
with the
about
dog. With the dog.
random dog. Any other? You're happy about the album cover for?
Five Finger Death Punch. They got Greg Capullo who draws. He draws Batman. I know he's done some Spawn work. They got him to do the
Yeah.
album cover for their first volume 1. It looks really good. They also did a. They did a fan contest on Facebook, and it was like if we can get like 50,000 likes or at least a tiny little snippet of their song, "Dot Your Eyes." And it's like "Dot Your Eyes."
Yeah.
And they played like 30 seconds of it, and it just sounds really awesome. I'm really hoping they release the full song soon because it just sounds really good. Another thing. So, what is your opinion on the song "Thrift Shop"? Because you know I got $20 in my pocket, and I'm gonna pop some tags.
I don't know. It was really funny when you kept putting it on Google Plus.
It was.
The
On
video
Hangouts.
made it better because like at the very end they got that black guy and he's just all like cool and it was funny.
The little pink suit on. I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. But no, what's that dude? Who's the guy? Macklemore?
Macklemore.
Yeah, he's pretty cool, and like he just has that giant fur coat.
The one that
thing.
smells like R. Kelly's pee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the funniest part.
Yeah. What was it? So, Black Veil Brides. Last week we said how they were really awful, and I was driving to work one day and the song came on, and at first I thought it was Seether.
It
They
sounds
sound like Seether now.
Yeah, it's called "In the End" by Black Veil Brides, and like they sounded like Seether. I think it's just that one song, because I think after that they go back to their whiny little bitching music.
I hope they do stay with the whole Seether thing, because that's a lot better than all of their other music.
I liked it a lot.
But it was a good song. You put it on Hangouts one day, and I mean, I didn't know what was going on. I was just reading and looked up, and I was like, "What the fuck? That's them."
Yeah, I was like, this is really good.
So stay with that.
Yeah.
Don't fuck up a good thing.
So Zach over here went to a paint party. So were there bands playing at the paint party?
No.
No.
The thing was, it was like a typical club at first, like from 8 to 11, and at like 10:55, everybody was like, "We want paint," and like an actual DJ chick came out who was hot and really cool, by the way. Comes out and
you
like,
totally had like a lifelong conversation with her.
yeah, no, artist to artist, whatever. She starts like, whatever.
Continue. Just continue.
She starts like setting up and stuff, and then at around like 11, they actually started playing the music, and they had like 2 dancer chicks at first, and like apparently at other paint parties they just kind of like sit there and dance. These chicks went like crazy, and it was awesome. And then like more came out with paint, and they like shoot you with it. And then sometimes, like, they'll get a bucket to spray a bunch of people. You need to bring glasses, though. Mine broke before I even entered the building. I don't know how that happened. But you get paint in your eye, you look kind of stupid.
I stopped caring like 5 minutes into new topic.
Okay, well, let me say,
New topic,
I need
new
to say
topic.
something, though.
Okay.
There was
shit,
these
that got
people.
loud.
There were these people.
2 times.
I was in the front row
2 times.
from the beginning of the whole thing, and then I was kind of like calming down because like they had some calming songs, I guess, calmer than the rest. These 2 dudes like come up in front of me, and they just stand there. They're not even like, yeah. They just literally just stood there, and eventually like the song started getting like, you just can't help yourself. You start dancing and stuff. They're just still standing there. I was like, "Are you gonna dance?" And the dude's like, "Yeah." And they just kept staying there. So eventually, I was like, "Get the fuck out of the way."
I
I'm
imagine
sorry.
Zach is the
If
whitest
you're in-
dancer.
Yeah.
If you're at a paint party and you go to the front, dance. Don't just stand there. That's my message. Onward.
Okay. You good?
I was pissed off. I'm
Okay.
Are
sorry.
you okay?
No.
Do you need a cookie?
Yeah.
You need a hug?
Too fucking bad, 'cause you ain't getting any.
You ain't getting a hug from me either. Anyways, let's do some questions. Voice cut out. Voice cut out fucking again. Great.
Wait, I have another.
Oh, okay.
Never Shout Never keeps releasing music from their new album, and it's weird because I didn't like where they went with Indigo, but I'm kind of liking this because they're kind of going back to their older stuff, back to the Harmony album, which was awesome because of Best Friend, Cheater Cheater, Best Friend Eater, which was a great song.
Good song. Good song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing I want to talk about before you go on to the questions, unless because I'm gonna rant about this. So you got questions?
Just go. No, just go.
Did you watch? They updated the Xbox One website, and they released so much information that pisses me off.
Like what?
Say, you know how I bought a PS3 because Zach had a PS3. He had a couple games for it. I've seen gameplay. You know, I want I want to play on that. So let's say I have an Xbox One. And then you're watching me play it, and you're like, dude, I want one of those. And I want to play that game. And I'm like, okay, dude, buy an Xbox One. I'll let you borrow the game disc. You cannot do that anymore. They have a system where from now on, you have to, A, have them added onto your friends list for 30 days.
I read about that, yeah.
And B, the publisher has to allow you to trade it. And you can only trade it once, because after you trade it once, you can't trade it in or anything. Another thing, trading games doesn't work anymore. The publisher has to allow you to trade in the game, and it has to be a like a brand name publisher. So, not a brand name publisher, a brand name retailer. So GameStop, everybody was like, what's going to happen to GameStop? They're in on this big time because all those smaller game stores are getting shut out because they're not allowed to resell the games anymore. But retailers like GameStop and I don't know, maybe Best Buy, because I know they do take trade-ins too. They'll be the only ones who could trade in games and resell them, so that kind of creates monopoly. That I don't like at all. That's pretty much my biggest gripe about it. Another thing, the system never turns off. It is literally always on, and the lowest power state is if you were to put your computer on hibernate. But it's still drawing power. It's still going to make your electricity bill go up. Dumb. Another thing, they said that you could play your games on a friend's console if you're logged in, but it checks the internet to make sure that the game is legit every single hour, and if it can't get to the internet, then it locks you out and you can't play any games. Same with if you're playing on your home console, it checks every 24 hours to make sure that it's your console, it's a legitimate game, and you didn't pirate it. If it can't connect to the internet, it locks you out and you can't play games at all. It's just you can watch TV through it and you can play Blu-rays through it, but you can't do anything else. The one cool thing is there is a new shared games library so that you and up to 10 of your family members, which I assume if we all got Xbox One, we'd put ourselves as family members so we can play each other's games. And up to 10 members can access it, and I think that's pretty cool. Like, if Total Biscuit said if Steam did something like that, it'd be really cool because he has a gaming tablet and a computer and he has to log in and out. But if both of those devices could access the same library of games at the same time, that would be really cool. I'm happy about that. Everything else about the Xbox One so far has just been shit. They don't have as much RAM as the PS4. They always on. They require a Kinect to work. If a Kinect's not plugged in, the system won't work at all. The checking back every 24 hours, the trading games thing. I really don't like anything so far. But the shared game library, the saving grace of that entire console, the controller looks so badass. Have you seen it? It's like an MLG controller. Like when you think of MLG controllers, what they could be, that's one of them. It looks so awesome.
I feel like what Xbox is trying to do is they want you to buy. They really want you to buy their product. So what they're trying to do is, like, I know how they're like, buy an Xbox One, but you can't borrow a friend's disc. I feel like they're gonna make a deal with all the major people who make games, and it's gonna be like, you give us like this much money, and we'll do this, so you can have more people buy your product and stop buying like traded in games. And yeah, GameStop, I imagine, is gonna kind of with that too, but I feel like it's gonna be PlayStation, because I don't think PlayStation's gonna do any of that stuff. PlayStation is just gonna be pretty much do what you want. Like, it's just gonna have like really great stuff with it, but I don't think they're gonna like limit you or check your internet every 24 hours or anything stupid like that. I'm calling it. I'm thinking Xbox. If you don't come out April 1st and say April Fools, we're just fucking about all this, you're not gonna have a business anymore after 2014.
Well, Xbox is already under, they're not making profit. Microsoft is losing money with Xbox. Hopefully, and another thing, Microsoft canceled because E3's coming up, but after E3 they always have the one-on-one talks with people from Spike, IGN, all those networks and stuff. They canceled everything and the developer roundtable, so they don't want to talk about it. They're just kind of like, yeah, this is our thing. E3 comes, we're going to show you all these games and you're going to fall in love with the system, but no questions. They're kind of hiding behind the press embargoes and stuff like that. What I hope is E3 comes around and they're like, we have all these awesome exclusive titles, and it's like, we're the only ones to have the new Madden franchise, and we're the only ones that, because EA is in bed with Microsoft, and like they have all these exclusives, but they're really shitty exclusives, so nobody wants them. And then PlayStation 4, Sony comes out and Nintendo comes out and is like, look at all this stuff. And everybody's just kind of like, well, fuck Microsoft then, because none of the cool games are going to be on there. So, I will say this, after E3, because that's coming up the next week, I don't know about that weekend, but the weekend after that, the next show we do is going to be pretty much all of our opinions on everything that happened at E3. Just going to call that one right now.
Yeah. Because I know we're going to talk more about Batman Arkham Origins. So that's going to be good.
Yeah.
You're going to talk more about the Deadpool game. You're going to talk more about...
They're going to talk more about everything.
Yeah. I've heard they're going to announce the next Halo game, which I'm looking forward to. Because even though I don't have an Xbox to play Halo, I still follow it. And Halo 4 looked really good, so I wonder what they're going to do next.
Square Enix is one of my favorite publishers because they do Final Fantasy, and I'm a huge Final Fantasy nerd. They also do a game called Deus Ex, which are awesome if you've seen any of them. They're releasing a game called Deus Ex The Fall. Deus Ex The Fall is an iPad iOS exclusive game. And it's so dumb. Why would you do that? Why would you make a game? And it's not even like a spin-off. It's critical prequel story information. And you're marketing towards a core gamer audience. And yeah, a lot of people have iPads and a lot of people have iPhones. But don't develop a core game that everybody loves because it's controller and it's action-packed and you get into it on an iPad. Because it's an iPad and it's not a primarily gaming device. I know there are gaming tablets like the Razer Edge, which is awesome. I want one. But,
Yeah. See what you're saying.
So Square Enix, focus on Final Fantasy, Lightning Returns, and Versus 13. Quit everything else. Just those. And while you're at it, stop fighting with Nintendo and make another Super Mario RPG.
Bungie is making a new game called Discovery. Looks really good.
Talked about this last time, I think. We did. It does look
Yeah,
really,
I
good.
think we were talking about it, and I thought it was on TV, but it wasn't. It was like, no, Far Cry.
Yeah.
Something. It was really stupid. But I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. New games that came out. The MMORPG Marvel Heroes. I downloaded it. I've been playing it, and it's been a little bit buggy because the server's only been up for about a week. Not even a week. It's only been like 3 days now. So like it's a little buggy. So you get on, sometimes you just lose connection instantly. Visually, it looks really good. Gameplay seems a lot of fun. I don't like. It's a point-to-click move. Like you click and you follow. Or you can like set up to like I make my W button like I follow where my cursor goes. So you're supposed to use that more likely, but I usually just stick to clicking around and stuff. Kind of like a League of Legends like thing. I don't like how you can go in there and have like a credit card and just get like the best character. And like just run through quests.
Well, that was because that's the free-to-play mindset. It's free-to-play, but if you want an advantage, pay with money.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's like free-to-play, but if you want money to buy stuff, if you want extra in-game currency, buy it.
Yeah.
So I have a question. What's the maybe not the first, but the longest running MMO game that you've ever played?
Wow. World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah, you play that forever.
I did play that for a long time. And I will say, I originally played and I didn't think I was going to get addicted to it. It's not that it's addicting, it's just that there's so much to do and it eventually gets so fun and you don't want to do anything else. And like, I'm going to talk about this, so
Okay,
get ready. I lost a lot of critical friendships over it, and I almost lost a relationship with my current girlfriend over it, because I didn't want to go do anything else. Like, school wasn't important, friends weren't important, she wasn't important, and it took a lot. And then one day I sat down and I was like, hey, I'm giving up too much over a video game. I have to get out of it. So like, I know you can limit yourself. Like, I know there's like a way we can like set up to where like you can only get on 15 hours a week. For me though, I got out of it mainly because A, I wanted to rebuild stuff with my friends and my girlfriend and my family. B, I had just beaten a major. I pretty much beat that expansion pack for the game. I had nothing more to do and just sit there and wait for the next expansion, which would come out for another year. So I just sat there and I was like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. Canceled my account. You drop a lot of money in it very fast. It's very like you're paying monthly. There's extra stuff you buy. I didn't really buy too many extra stuff. I bought like a few things. But that only made me keep my account safe. It's really easy to get hacked. Like, I found that out. I guess for everybody who's probably watching who's probably ever thought about getting into it, watch yourself playing it. Like, make sure you're like make time for other people too, because I can tell you straight up, I got addicted to it very fast, and I almost didn't stop playing. And probably would not. My parents would probably be broke right now if I didn't stop, because my parents would mainly pay for it. They'd like sign me up for like, it was like a year thing. It was like $60, but like not really. No, it wasn't a year. It was 3 months. You paid $60. So every 3 months you were paying $60, and eventually it adds up. I mean, I played for 2 years, so it gets bad.
What you was in?
I never tried it.
Not World of Warcraft,
Okay.
any game.
Well, what about it?
Like, MMO. Like, did you play RuneScape in middle school? Because I know everybody in middle school played RuneScape.
For a little bit, like, not really.
People try to get me into that. Like, after I got into World of Warcraft, they're like, come play RuneScape with us. And I was like, no. I've played better graphic games, so no. I don't know.
Yeah, but nothing's that. No Roblox. No. Not.
The only thing is, I just really don't like computer games. Like,
I played DC Universe a little bit.
Yeah.
That, I imagine when it first came out, that game was hella fun. But now that it's free to play, and like only people who really play it are like people who hack into the game and like just get all the best gear within the first 2 levels. I imagine that game was really fun back in the day. I think Marvel Heroes is gonna be a lot of fun, and like, yeah, you can buy the best characters, but they slowly give you characters too. Like, after, I'm pretty sure they give you a different free character every other week. And it's probably one of the like, they do it as like, there's 4 tiers of heroes. There's 600 coin heroes, who are kind of like the average heroes that not many people like. Then you have the tier 2, which are kind of like a little bit better, like Captain America, Wolverine, other ones. Tier 3, which is like 1,200 coins, which I imagine is like $40 right there. You're talking like some really like odd characters that are like Cyclops, and I think that's actually where Captain America is, but Wolverine's like 1,200. Then you have tier 4, which is like, there's only 2 of them, and they're 2,000 coins, which I imagine is like close to $50 right there. Like, I didn't check it how much it is to add, but I imagine it's a lot, and you're getting Deadpool and Spider-Man are the only 2,000 points they have. So like, there's that. But like, and like they give you a free character when you first start. And I got Hawkeye as my free character, and I played. I did like the first 5 or so quests, and they give you Daredevil. So like I imagine like yeah, you slowly unlock heroes, but I think it's kind of some people just have like an advantage because they go in there with a credit card and they're like, oh, give me Deadpool. He's that much. He's gonna be really good, and they probably just wreck face with it.
The longest running MMO I've ever played was actually MapleStory. Really long time ago. And then when it came on Steam, I played it a little bit more. I remember the really old commercials where it was like, "What are you doing?" And it was a girl, and she was like, "I'm kind of bored." And then the guy just took a giant fish and smacked her upside the face with it. And that was like the big thing. Like in the actual game, you could buy the fish covering for a sword. And I played that for so long. And then I never got addicted like you did with WoW. It just got, I kind of was like, I'm bored. And they started making all the, the costumes and whatever else stuff that you would buy with the points that you have to go and buy with real money.
Yeah.
It would all start to like expire. It would never be forever. So I was just kind of like, screw it. And then now it's free to play on Steam, and I was like, I liked it when I was a kid. Let me go back into it. It's so easy to get to the very last, like the highest level you could get, because they just give you, like, there's so few people playing it now. They're like, here's all this free shit. Mm-hmm. Like, they don't even try anymore. Nothing ever expires.
That's what they did with World of Warcraft. Like, I guess they were like, hey, we really need these people to get to like the highest level, so the next expansion hits, they can go straight there. So like they had like recruit a friend, so you could level up characters, and like the person you recruited could give you free levels, and like it was really broken. Yeah, I think it's just what MMOs do now, like to get more people involved.
I mean, they want to make money. I don't have a problem with that, because they are companies, and they do need to make money to pay for game developers. Because I mean, it was fun, and World of Warcraft fun.
It was fun. I liked it a lot.
They deserve to get paid, but people get way into it. I remember, it was at the height of its popularity when a kid stole his mom's credit card and spent like $200 buying stuff from MapleStory. And
I've heard similar stories about World of Warcraft.
And it's like, they kind of, it's not that they, want that to happen, but they want people to do that. They want people to spend a ton of money on extra stuff to make the game easier for them. So now I guess it's good that they have less characters, because they're just like, let's just, free, whatever.
Like, I understand they want to make money, but then you have to sit down and like, World of Warcraft, the last expansion I played before the Mist of Pandaria, which has the pandas now, they ended it so awfully. I talked about this a little bit on the last podcast. They ended it really bad. Like, nobody was really happy about it, and they just kind of were like, no, we're gonna and you had to wait another year for Mist of Pandaria to come out, and you were just like, not a lot of people stayed around after that. Then the storylines just started getting really bad. Like, I remember I played a little bit back, and like there's 4 expansions now. There's been Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, and Mist of Pandaria. I played a little bit in Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King. Those 2 were really awesome. Like, storylines for a game, some of the best you can play. Cataclysm, not so much. Had some like tidbits here and there that were like really cool. Just was a lot of like old characters coming back to life who've been dead and coming back to life for about 5 years now. Like, there's a dragon who has come back to life almost 10 times now, I want to say. It's really bad. And then Mist of Pandaria, I'm sure he's come back again a few times. It's just, you gotta sit down and like realize you want people to play this game, pay like $15 a month for this game, make us a good solid game that they want to play, and not, I mean, that was another thing that made me want to leave, was the game was just getting really bad. Anything to add, Zach? I've been kind of quiet over there.
I got nothing.
Well then, okay, since Zach's never actually played any MMOs, what is a video game that you've sunk the most time into?
Arkham City.
No.
No, throughout his entire life.
Throughout
I know
my
he's been
entire
playing
life?
that for like ever now,
Yeah.
but
My entire life.
your entire life, what is the one game that you've sunk the most time into out of all the games?
Could it be like just a game series? 'Cause
Not just a game.
It's a game.
all of my life, Jack 2. Cause like, it's something that I really liked. Cause that's kind of why I liked Gambit, because he just like could just shoot energy, and he had a bunch of energy that he could just use. On Jack 2, he's able to turn into like, it looks like some kind of demonic monster, and he can just shoot out purple. It was purple, and I love purple for one thing. Purple energy burst and like just make everybody pretty much die right there. And it had guns, and he was badass with guns. He'd like flip them and change them really fast. And just Daxter was on there, and he was just hilarious. So it had a good story, hilarious parts. The whole thing was badass. And then I just liked flying around on the hover thingies. But then you got a hoverboard, and it was like a skateboard that hovered. That's when I lost
Thank you
it.
for that description.
Because no one would have known what a hoverboard was.
It was the coolest thing ever. And then I just kept playing that. And then the third one came out. Freaked out. But the game I've played most in my entire life would be that one.
Mine, it's more of a tie because I don't really know. First title, Animal Crossing Wild World. I played that game night and day for months and months and months and months until City Folk came out. And even then, after the next game came out, I still played that one because I like that one better. Or Super Mario 64 for the original 64. I can remember like every babysitter that would come over, because I was like, what, 7 back then? Every babysitter that came over had to play that game with me. I played it, I beat it at least 3 times. And then I've gotten all 120 stars on the 3rd time. My cousins played it with me all the time. Everybody had their own file, because that was like the cool thing, that you had your own file. It's still today one of the best games ever made. And I don't know, I can't remember which I've spent more time on, but those are the 2.
God, let's see. I'm gonna say like a 3-way tie between Halo 3, because one summer every day I woke up and played close to almost 20 hours a day, because sometimes I just sleep for like 4 hours, get up. World of Warcraft and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I played all 3 of those. It's pretty much like Halo 3 one summer, every day. Next summer, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And then like, I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 like 2 years. And then World of Warcraft, it's like 2 years. So it was pretty much a tie. So, all really good games. Modern Warfare 2, not so much. I don't know why I played it so much, but it was just one of those games. But
Modern Warfare 2 and games like that, every day when we were in school, as soon as they came out, half the guys would be gone.
yeah.
Like,
Did you ever miss school for a video game getting launched?
yeah,
Never did.
Final Fantasy 13 2.
My parents wouldn't let me.
Final Fantasy 13 2, I missed 2 days. And beat the whole game in a week.
I only did because it was like one of those Fridays that was like, it was either a pep rally, so it was just we weren't doing anything, or some kind of other just stupid day. So I didn't really miss school. I just missed, you're supposed to be at school right now. I don't care. Playing Saints Row.
I never was able to, like, that. I just don't think I was. There was never a game that came out that I didn't just like wait till Christmas and get it for like $10 off. I never was like the day it came out. I was there.
Speaking of sales around holidays, I love after Halloween sales. Reese's are like 40% off.
Oh yeah.
And you can buy them. You can buy like 8 bags for $20, and that's the greatest day ever.
Like the second day after Easter, where like Walmart will like hide
Oh my
Starburst
God.
jelly beans in like this one aisle. I went through and I bought like 4 packages.
Dude,
it was
Albertsons
so great.
still had candy, like, not even 3 weeks ago, and we were just like, here, have this like bag of Starburst for like 50 cents. Like, I almost bought some, but then I bought sour jelly beans because those are awesome.
Oh, so jelly beans is the greatest thing ever made.
Not jelly beans,
Oh.
just some of them.
Just-
It depends.
Questions, because we remember we said that earlier. We just went off.
If we're gonna talk about jelly beans, I remember when there were Hogwarts jelly beans. You remember
I
those?
Oh
never
my
had
god, those are so
Those-
gross.
How did they make them taste like that?
Yeah, like there was the
You don't
mucus
wanna know.
one,
The
and
mucus
the
one,
earwax one.
The earwax one, the grass one, and the
Oh, yeah.
dirt ones that tasted like grass and
Yeah,
dirt.
you were like, oh god, this is really creepy.
And you're like, how do I know what this tastes like? I've never licked grass before.
I went to Universal last year, and they had the chocolate frogs, and like they were like when I first bit into it, I was like, what if they actually got a frog and like just covered in chocolate? And I'm biting into a real frog. I got really scared because like they made those jelly beans, and I thought back to the jelly beans. And I was like, oh god, I don't want this to happen. It was really good. I really want to know, like, they spent some time. They were like, hey, we need to make this. Like,
Yeah.
kids are gonna hop on this, and
I got them. Like, I got them
Yeah.
like 3 times, I think. Because every time a new movie would come out, they'd, push them out again.
yeah,
And, every time I would get them, because the first time I got them, I was really, really little and I didn't know better. I was like, these are gross. I'm just going to throw these away. And then the third time, it got to the point where I don't remember ever getting these, but I kind of have the worst feeling in the back of my head that as soon as I put this in my mouth, I'm going to vomit. I
Yeah.
was like, oh god, this is gross.
I think they probably were just supposed to be novelty. Like, people buy them and put them on the shelf. Or like, you used to be like, hey, look what I got. They made those back in the day. But then there were some people who were just like, yeah, I'm actually gonna eat these.
I was one of those people.
I did it once, and I was like, no, never again.
It was weird.
It was.
I still want to know what butterbeer tastes like.
Oh yeah.
They sell it.
Yeah,
Like,
they sell it at Universal, but
Yeah.
I've never had it. I really want to know.
I really want to go back to Universal because there's a big Marvel and DC section, and like, I just want to go back there with like some money and actually be able to buy some stuff. Because going through there, I was just like, oh my god, I can't buy any of this. I'm so mad because I didn't have a job back then. So
Can you talk about jelly beans? Hogwarts?
No.
Apparently Zach's British when he says no.
British.
Oh my
British
god,
noise.
no. What were we
You can
reading?
Stop.
we were reading Pygmalion, and some girl was like, "You're
Yeah.
you're Ron Weasley," and Zach was like, like this was Zach's face.
Actually, the lead was all like, you sound like Ron Weasley. I was like, what?
Penis.
You go.
Penis. Just
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh my god. And I actually wanted to read then because apparently I sounded like Ron Weasley. He's cool, dude.
With earrings.
I didn't have them then.
You had to have sex with a mermaid. Would the top part or the bottom part be a fish?
What?
I said I had a question. This is
Yeah,
the
It's
question.
kind of
that's the
weird because I
question.
have an ex-girlfriend named Ariel, and like they used to
Was
make
she a
fun of her.
fish?
No, she was.
Remember hearing about that one?
No, I don't. When did
Yeah,
you?
when did
She's
you
the
date
one-
a girl named Ariel?
She's the one that dressed up like Batgirl the other day.
Oh yeah, you showed me that picture. You never told me your name though. So, anyways,
Yeah.
question: top part, bottom part, fish.
Bottom part all the way. Gotta be a fish, bottom part.
I want to hear Zach's. I want to hear Zach's before I
Yeah,
answer.
that's-
The same thing.
I'm gonna have to go bottom part fish.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bottom part fish.
I couldn't like just be like, "Yo, what's up, fish?" I couldn't make eye contact with her. I'd just be like, "You're a fucking fish," and I'd make you love
the
you.
weirdest
What if,
question.
what if it was a flounder with 2 eyes on the side of its head? She's like, what's going on? You're like,
It's a moray eel on top.
What if it was a
Like,
swordfish?
oh god,
damn.
fuck you, dude. What's some other questions? Random questions.
That was the weirdest question we've had.
Not really random question time. Just as I remember, I had a question about zombies. Warm Bodies came out like yesterday on DVD.
What?
Yeah,
We're going
Didn't
to
it
buy
come
that
out?
after this.
it came out in February,
That did come out in February. Oh well then.
and that was a great movie. Okay, that was probably one of the best romance/zombie movies ever made, if not the only romance/zombie movie ever made.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember
Mm.
seeing any other ones.
If a zombie apocalypse happened, would you rather be a zombie or a human?
That was my question.
Well, that's so bitch.
Human.
Well, wait, you gotta clarify. Is it like, what kind of zombies?
You're a free thinking zombie. Like you can do what you want.
Still doesn't, like, Resident Evil zombies or like Walking Dead zombies, where they're just kind of like slow and stuff, or what other kind of zombies?
The fucking zombie, Devin. What the fuck do you want from me?
Well, I mean, they got the slow, like, you know, mass mob zombies, and then they got like the really fast, crazy zombies.
Let's do. You're a zombie, but you can walk as a normal person. You can run as a normal person, but you're just undead. And you have a hungering for brains.
And you smell and
And
have
you-
terrible skin.
Yeah, let's go with that.
And you
Well-
can like
Well, you're the only one who cares about your skin.
no, you're like that
complexion.
dude from Ugly Americans,
Yeah,
Randall.
man.
I'd be a zombie, dude. Fuck that shit. That'd be awesome.
It's gonna scoot away from you now. 'Cause you apparently want to eat brains.
Yeah, I'm good with being a human.
Okay,
I don't know.
Zombies.
I understand that.
It's like the war that would break out over zombies versus humans. I'd rather be on the human
You know,
side.
if you're a free-thinking zombie, I'd just be like, you guys, there's all these humans over there. Go kill them. I'm gonna be right there in a second. Just you go. I'm gonna take inventory. When
on what, your zombie arms?
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I got my fingers while you go kill the humans, and just chill. Watch the whole thing go down. Even if I was a human, I'd be like, you guys, look, there's zombies over there. I'm gonna go check this stuff over here. You guys go kill them.
What you're saying is you'd be a pussy about it.
No, I'd go to Vegas. Vegas is the perfect place to go in a zombie apocalypse.
How?
Think about it. Like,
There's
all
so
the
many
casinos,
places that
they
they
have,
could be.
like, Caesar's Palace. There's a mall in there. There's, like, a shit ton of restaurants in there. There's a convenience store in there. There's a shit ton of, like, random other assortments of stuff. Clothes. Then there's entertainment. You got all the gambling stuff. I assume in a zombie apocalypse, you're not really going to care about money. So, like, the gambling is just free. You're, like, playing for fun. Then they got all the hotel rooms, like a perfect place to stay. Cable that's always there. Tons of generators.
Okay, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Alright.
And that's like every hotel. So if you could just block off the strip out in the middle of nowhere, it's a desert. So, like desert and Vegas in one. That's awesome.
Was that interesting? Okay. If you had to lose one body part, what would the body part be?
My pinky toe.
Okay, no, like
Yeah.
An
I
appendage.
guess.
like a foot, a leg, an arm, a hand, nipple.
Not that. What?
What want a robot nipple?
I'd lose my belly button.
That's not an appendage.
It's totally an appendage.
No.
I
Shut
can't
up.
lose my pinky foot, but we can lose nipples.
The pinky
I didn't know you had a pinky foot.
Yeah.
That's what I
Face-
said. The smallest foot. No, wait.
You said pinky foot. You. Apparently humans have pinky foots, guys.
According to Zach, Zach's an alien. He has pinky
Really
foots.
is.
Aliens.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways,
Zach needs to lose his
I would
nose.
lose an arm just to get a robot arm because that should be awesome.
No.
Pretty sure all the people without arms just got really angry that you would choose to lose your arm.
I take back my comment.
Who says you can?
But then they get mad
robot
if I
arm?
said my legs, all the crippled people out there be like, "Oh, what the fuck, man?"
That's why you say your belly button and no one gets offended.
What about people who don't have belly buttons?
Pretty sure that was Kyle XY and that was a really shitty show on ABC.
There are people without belly buttons, Devin. You're very insensitive about people without belly buttons. Dick. Go fuck yourself.
So, see, you still
I'd say my ear, but Vincent Van Gogh would, it's like Ghost would come back and fuck me. He wouldn't literally come back and fuck me, but he'd be pretty mad.
eyebrow.
I've actually shaved off both my eyebrows before. I looked like Shrek.
Why would you shave off
I
both
didn't
your eyebrows?
choose to. They were done. Like, I was shaving my head when I was like 11, and my brother was just like, douchebag brother. If you're watching, fuck you. I really hope he's not watching, because I really don't want to go home and deal with this. Oh. Hey, fuck questions. Because I thought you guys were actually cooperating, because they come up with some good questions.
I
thought
belly
of
button.
one.
Come on.
I thought of one, but
Go.
like it's kind of stupid.
As long as it's not about raping someone, I'm good.
Why?
Whoa!
Why?
Sex apparently had a question about that.
Yeah,
No,
there's
I
a
mean, why would I
Why
have?
not?
Why would I have one? Why would you have to say, "Hey, no rape question"?
Because last podcast you were like, I'm just gonna take this one person.
I didn't say I was gonna rape them because I hate that movie. Like there, what was
Hate
that movie?
Okay, now you're sounding drunk. Decide a topic and go.
Just fucking ask a question.
Halloween or Christmas?
Halloween.
I imagine he's Christmas.
Christmas, dude. You're getting fucking presents.
I know that, but when you have family and people like me-
Actually, I take it back.
Have you
Halloween.
seen my house at Halloween?
No, Halloween, just because last Halloween I got to dress up as Captain America. And I saved the little kid's life because he fell off a bicycle.
You didn't save his
I
life.
fucking saved his life!
I saved the little kid's life when I was 7, or actually 8.
Dad, I don't want to hear about your gay tendencies.
We met, well, yeah, you were there. You didn't come the second time.
Yeah.
We met 2 of our really good friends. Well, our really
You're
good
two.
friends.
I don't
Yeah.
know them.
Yeah.
I think one's named Delilah, but I don't really know because they just had to tell us phony names.
Yeah. So, we're at a
That's a
campground.
good idea.
That's a pretty good idea. I
Safe.
mean,
Yeah.
so we're at a campground. We go and we're just chilling out. We're like, hey, dude, let's go climb this tree. So we do that. And then I brought my speaker from my phone. I was like, let's listen to music. Turn on the music. We hear, hey, that's an awesome song. We turn and there's 2 girls sitting in a
I
tree.
almost fell.
Zach almost. No, you did fall.
I did.
Yeah, you fell
Are
in the tree. Didn't
you
you fall? in the
sure?
tree?
Yeah, and you kind of landed on your knee. You're like, ah.
You making shit up because I'm pretty sure he fell in the tree.
Yeah, he fell out of the tree and landed on his knee.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. He fell out of the tree because he was so scared. So then we start talking to him, and they say their names are JC and Delilah. And they were code names,
Yeah.
quote unquote. They were like, we just didn't want to tell you our real names because we didn't want you to rape us. Because they're that paranoid about rape.
Looking back, that was a smart decision on their part.
Yeah, that really smart decision on their part because, I mean, we were in a tree. How could you trust 3 random guys hanging out in a tree?
Okay, you can trust me. Do not trust Devin. He'll rape you.
That's really fucked up, dude.
I'm sorry. Devin wouldn't rape anyone.
Stop touching my hat.
Devin
Stop touching
wouldn't.
my... I'll fucking
Devin
lick
would.
you.
God. Devin wouldn't rape anyone. Zach may try to one day. We're not really sure yet.
No.
Okay, no.
But I'll caress them.
So he says.
I'll caress them willingly.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah.
I just
So-
like Halloween because, actually, yeah, Christmas, everybody's fake and all, happy, but they're not really. Some of them are.
Time out.
What?
Get ready for 5 minutes of ranting. By Zach.
Oh, yeah. Christmas, everybody's fake and stuff and gives you presents when really it's just, hey, he'll totally like this. Give him this sweater with American Eagle on it, and they know that I hate that. I hate you. Anyway, and then you go to Halloween and everybody's all like, I want to dress up like for one day of the year, and I'm gonna like just go get candy even though I'm like 18 years old. I'm still gonna go get some candy. Like there's this one lady at Jellystone who's all like, aren't y'all too old? for what did she say? Trick or treating or candy?
She said, "Aren't you guys a little old to be trick or treating?" And we were like, "Fuck no!" We just kind of
Yeah.
got the candy and left.
We went and emptied our bags or whatever we had and went back and got more.
Yeah, we did like 3 times.
We want candy. And Halloween, everybody's happy, but it's real. And it's just really so much funner. And people say Christmas lights are awesome. Some of them are. Halloween, by far, looks so much better to me. Of course, I'm weird. But yeah, Halloween, better.
I like how he kind of admitted that he was weird.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Well, I am.
The first step is acknowledging. So, good job.
Is there anything else you want to admit?
No.
Do you want me to go grab a closet? Would you like to walk?
Oh, God.
That was good.
That's
Well,
the
that
joke
was
of
a
the
good one.
podcast.
Thank you. Well then, onward.
If you could learn to play any instrument, I did that one.
We
We
did.
did that one last week.
I got a ukulele in between last show and this show. Or like the day before the last show. It was really close. And that's the funnest instrument to play ever.
Still hasn't learned
So
the
let's-
adventure.
what has
Time
happened
song.
between last podcast and this podcast? You got a ukulele. He went to a paid party. And I got a cold.
We spent a shit ton on comic books.
Yes, we fucking did.
Yeah, all of
Worth it.
us. Totally worth it though. I have so much Fables to read. Fables, Fairest, which is a spin-off, and Jack of Fables, which is another spin-off. I finished Jack of Fables though. Still got.
How was it?
I didn't finish the whole thing. Just the first story arc.
Uh-huh.
Really good. Really, really good. You kind of find out what's going on with all the fables that they don't tell you what happens in the main storyline. Like all the covered stuff from Beauty and the Beast. That's in there. A couple of other stuff. It's really good.
Zach, what have you been reading comic book wise?
Oh wait,
Did-
he's
did you-
illiterate.
He's illiterate. No, he read one comic, remember? He showed us it.
I read the book, not just a comic book, like
Oh.
the whole, like, it was, I think, at least 7 or 8.
Okay. What was it about?
Nightwing.
What happened?
It went from, I think, some of the more, like, first ones were about the other guy that, like, tries to pose as Nightwing, but, like, changes the spelling. And it's just terrible. Like, that person's terrible, they're good comic books. Then it was, like, him and the Huntress, and that was cool. But then, like, it was him and, Tim Drake Robin, and they were on a train, and, like, apparently he did the same thing with Jason, which was cool. But they were blindfolded, and I don't know, it was just a whole bonding experience between him and Tim, and it was really cool. And I don't really remember anything else.
Well then, I got Punisher Warzone 1 through 5 today. Read the first one, really good. I admire the Punisher, not because I support killing or anything. Punisher is like Batman, except he acknowledges that there's a line between justice and punishment, and that voice crack. Sorry, sick. You have to step over that line. And actually, there was a crossover comic for DC and Marvel where Batman and Punisher meet, and like Batman's like telling the Joker to run because the Punisher's about to shoot him in the head, and the Punisher's like, "You, how many times you put this guy in jail? About 1,000,000 times now." Like in the bottom, they have a little account of how many times Batman's actually put him in jail. Funniest thing ever. And he's like, "Let me finish it," and then Batman's like, "Joker, get the fuck out of here, dude." So I like Punisher. Punisher Warzone. I'm gonna read next 4 probably tonight. It's very good. Got Captain America from Marvel Now, which is kind of like not a reboot, but like they started all their titles back from 1. Not all of them, but most of them. I read the first one. I like it a lot. Like I like what they're doing with Captain America and that. Like his whoever's drawing it, very good. The writer, Rick Remender, did Venom, the Agent Venom, newer Venom. I like what he did with that. So him and Captain America is also very good. And so that's what I'm reading right now, and it looks pretty good.
Well, today I when we went to the comic book store, I bought Fairest 1 through 6, the first story arc. If only because I know if I didn't buy it then, I'd never find number 1 ever again.
That's why.
Because it disappears so fast.
Yeah.
And when I was looking through it, I was originally just going to buy all 16 because I could have. But Mark Buckingham is the writer for Fables. He has written every single one, and every single one has been written completely awesomely. He's the one who invented it. He holds the reins. It's great. He also writes 99% of Jack of Fables, which, again, awesome. But in Fairest, they're letting other people write for it, and I'm okay, because Fables has many, many artists. I think Will Buckingham is the artist who's like the main one, but they have a bunch of people come and interpret the characters in their own ways, and I really like that. But I'm not too happy about the main writer being switched out, because now they have like a bunch of other people kind of dipping their hands into it and trying to write fair storylines. So I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't mess it up. The first 6 are written by the same guy who does the rest of them. Those will be good. Hopefully the rest of them follow in the same awesomeness.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they will.
What are some other comics that you want to eventually start trying to read?
I want to pick up The Unwritten. I looked for it today. I thought I found it in the store, and I was going to buy book 1, which had issues 1 through 5, I think. Or maybe a little bit more. But I figured, it's usually cheaper on Barnes & Noble. I go on Barnes & Noble's website, they don't have it at all. I go to Amazon, which is my backup, they don't have it until 1 to 3 months from now. I really should have bought it today. Other than that, I want to read Sandman. It was published in like 2002 by DC,
Yeah.
and then it was picked up around midway through by Vertigo, and then they started doing it. And it looks really, really good. And I've heard that it's an awesome series. It's one of the greatest ones they've ever done. And they're in books, but the books are $20 a piece. And there's 10 books, so that's $200. And I think that's a little crazy.
It's hard because, you have, like today I got on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, and I bought 1 through 5 of the Captain America Marvel Now. I could have bought the book for like $18, but then like plus shipping would have came out to like $25. So I bought all 5 for $21. So it was smarter of me to just do that. But then sometimes it's actually better for me to go and buy the book. Like I kind of wish, instead of wasting so much money buying like Batman 631 through like 641, trying to get the entire Under the Red Hood story arc, I just bought the book for like $20. Because sometimes it's better to do that with trades and paperbacks and all that. But then there's also the whole, I actually want a physical copy of the actual issue.
Comic books are nicer to hold in your hands than books.
Then what I've noticed, I don't know if you have hardcovers mainly.
No, I have a lot of comic books, like on the.
You have some of the trade paperback ones.
Yeah.
The front thing, if like I leave it open too long,
it stays open. It bends.
Yeah, I don't like that, and so like I have to like smush it down and like make the pages.
That's why I kind of push it all together on my bookcase.
As far as comics, I want to start reading more Marvel and a little bit more DC. I just haven't figured out where I want to go with DC yet, because I know I'm reading Red Hood and the Outlaws for sure. Other titles I don't know yet. I may just wait till they do maybe start a new title up. Like I know they're doing Our Fleas, which is Orange Lantern or Green Lantern. It's like a spin-off issue, so I want to kind of pick that up. Marvel wise, I want to start reading some of the Marvel Now. I know I'm gonna start reading Venom, the new Venom. It's been out a while, but still it's new to me. Thunderbolts, which is like a team of like all the anti-heroes, like Punisher, Venom, Deadpool, Red Hulk, and Elektra. I want to start reading that. And then Captain America, for sure, because I like what they're doing with that. I'm gonna start reading some older Marvel too, like The Punisher Warzone. I really like that. It's like 61 issues, but I'll try and get them all from a little shop we have around here. It sells them pretty cheap. So,
Isn't The Runaways done by Marvel?
yes, The Runaways is my Marvel. Heard it's really good.
I think I want to start reading that.
I also want to read The Watchmen. I saw it today for like $20. I was like, I don't know if I want to spend that.
Choose Zach, any other beside Nightwing or like what comic books do you actually go out and collect? Or you just do books?
Well, I would get the Spawn comic books, but then like I remember at Barnes and Noble they had like just 3 books of all of the comics, so can't say that. I don't know. I would maybe get a Hellboy comic, a few of those.
Well, like, cool. What do you prefer? I personally prefer actually having a comic in a plastic case with the cardboard backboard. I like that better than a paperback or a hardcover, personally.
Yeah, I would do that pretty much for Nightwing and all of them, I guess. But like, if it was just kind of like somebody that I wanted to pick up just to know all about who they are and stuff, I would just get a book and just have it all there. Like,
I like having. I feel like it's easier to get the trades because you get more issues for cheaper. And I also want to have the issues because it's nice to hold. And I know in a few years I'll have my own collection and I'll look back and be like, I'm glad I got this issue. No, I don't get is people who are like, I'm gonna buy all my comics digitally. I don't like that. I don't know how you do that.
I don't get digital comics. Some things shouldn't be digital. I get books. Books is just reading.
On like an iPad, because it's big. Like I've seen it for like the Nook. I don't know. Is there a Nook in color? I don't know. There's a Nook in color.
And there's
maybe
a Kindle in color.
On that, and maybe on the Kindle. But like if it's in black and white, no. But iPad, Kindle, and Nook it's in color. I'd read a comic on that. Maybe.
I really wouldn't. I don't like digital books. I guess I'm old fashioned.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm reading on the internet and stuff, it's fine. But if it's an actual story, I like having a book where I don't do this with comic books. Never fold a comic book page. Ever. Don't do that. But if, let's say I'm reading a novel, I can fold the page, put it in my bookshelf, come back later, pick it up, find out where I am, go. If you're reading that, and I know Nooks and Kindles and all will save your place and all, it doesn't feel as satisfying as opening a book, holding it in your hands, unfolding the page and reading the thing.
What got you into wanting to buy comic books?
You guys. You kept dragging me to fucking comic book stores.
Well, what made you want to choose to get Fables?
Because Fables issue 120...
Devin just goes over to his comic book collection.
This one. Right? That one. Because there's a giant werewolf with red eyes on it facing a knight. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I picked it up, even though it was issue 128. And, even though it was issue 128, and I didn't know anything, I bought that, and then 14 and 15. Or 12. That and 12 and 13, because that was like a 2-part storyline. And then after that, I was just hooked. I really liked it. I wanted to know more about the characters. I eventually got a debit card, ordered the first 10. Still can't find 11. I don't know. It's impossible. But yeah. And then, because of that, I got Jack of Fables. And then today I got Fairest. I want to start reading those too.
Actually, it was one of my dad's friends. Like, cause I'd been watching Spider-Man, and like I just kept watching the movie over, cause I thought it was cool. And he was like, pretty much, there's comic books of him, and I was like, I haven't ever really read a comic book, so he took me to actually the one that we go to now, and I just saw Spider-Man on the wall, and I was like, ooh. And I just grabbed like 3 of them and started reading them. And I was like, this is really cool. And so then I got into Robin, and I had like 3 of those. And it just kept going. And then I just totally stopped. But then I started hanging out with you guys and started getting back into them.
I guess Cody's really the comic expert of the group. He's the comic guy. I'm more of the art, video game, music kind of guy. Zach just does like random other things. Zach's too busy with playing Arkham Origins to really be any of.
Arkham Origins isn't out yet.
It's Arkham City, whatever the fuck it is.
I watched Captain America: The First Avenger on Netflix because we were getting ready to go see Avengers about a week after I ever watched it, and like I just liked who Captain America was. I'm a big history buff. I love history. I actually wanted to be a history teacher for the longest time.
Until you realize that job is the worst job in the world.
Unless it's a college professor, maybe. I don't know. In my opinion, Captain America is what was right with America for so long. Probably after World War II, America really started doing the wrong things. But I liked who Captain America was. I liked the movie, so I was like, I'm gonna be a big Captain America fan. Never got any comics, but Halloween I dressed up as Captain America. Avengers, I was all about Captain America being in it. And then I started watching like other animated movies, and I saw Batman Under the Red Hood, and I was like, no, I want to go get those comic books. So I went to the I walked into the comic book store we go in now with my dad. I had no idea what was going on. I was just like, wow. And my dad was like, all right, let's go. You don't have any money right now, and we gotta get going. So I walked out, and then a flea market opened around here, and
It's been open, dude.
well, it's been open, but I didn't know they had a comic book shop place in there. And I want to say it was around February or March. I went in, and I looked around, didn't have any money. Came back like I want to say like 3 weeks later with you guys. Yeah, $20. Bought a bunch of comic books, and like since then I just started buying more and more. Started buying paperbacks, trade paperbacks. Got a pretty decent collection. Want to get a lot more. It's just right now comics are priced weirdly. Like those Captain America ones I bought today. We bought from the comic book store, not the flea market. Punisher ones I bought from the flea market. Got like $5 for like $6. Captain America ones were $4 a piece. I picked up these 2 Thunderbolt ones. One was $3, one was $4, and they were just weirdly priced, and I just didn't fucking understand how, like, I guess maybe because Captain America is more of a flagship title and Thunderbolts isn't, so maybe that's what Thunderbolts is a little cheaper, and Captain America isn't. I just didn't really understand it too much, so yeah, that's how I got into comics, was pretty much Captain America, first Avenger movie.
Well, what you said about, comic books being priced weirdly, this is our last summer, we all graduated high school, we're about to go into college. Money isn't like, we don't know. We really just, we want to save it, but comic books are so good.
It's so hard, because like, I have a job, I get paid a lot, it's just I have things I gotta buy, and I got stuff coming up I gotta pay, and so honestly I'm probably gonna set out a budget of $40 a month just for comics, and I'm not gonna spend anything over, because after that last time I went I spent $55 on comic books.
Oh yeah, that was a little bit overboard.
Yeah, I spent $55 on comic books. Well, actually it was like $40 on comic books, but then I bought like a figure I fucking wanted, so it ended up like being like $55. I'm gonna set like $40 a month comic books, because at least that way I can get, if a comic book comes out that month, I can get that, and I can pick up some other issues if I really want them. And then I can always, like, if I don't use like Say I only use 20
Roll
out
over.
of 40, roll it over. So yeah, there's that.
I don't know. It's weird because I don't know. We all are living on campus. We really don't know what we're gonna need. You know what I mean? Like we already got the
Yeah.
bedding situation taken care of pretty much, but you know, what if we get there and there's not something that our house has that we kind of just expected to be there?
Yeah.
I can't really think of an example, but I've never done this before, so I don't know. You know,
No, yours has like a kitchen setup. He's living in a better dorm area than me and Zach. Me and Zach.
well,
would be
I'm living in the
roommates.
honors dorm
He's living in an honor dorm. Me and
with
Zach.
a random person.
It's gonna suck. I'm sorry.
If he turns out to be like really cool, because they have to do it by like some matching system thing,
Yeah.
and apparently according to the matching system thing, he's gonna be a dude, because they won't put me with a chick, who's primarily a night owl and likes rock music.
Well then.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because that was like the two big questions that they asked. in
Yeah,
that
I saw
form.
that. You have kind of a kitchen setup.
I have a sink.
No,
I
there's
think
little-
it's a sink. I don't know what it
It's a
is.
sink, and then there's like a counter space for like a microwave. We don't. It's walk in, bathroom, beds, and like
Everything, yeah. No, it's bathroom, everything else.
yeah, like it's all smushed together really close. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out. I don't know. It's gonna be an adventure. It's gonna be different.
But I think it's gonna be awesome.
It will be.
I'm ready to start. I mean, I'm majoring in art, so I've always wanted to do. It's gonna be awesome. Zach's too illiterate to go to college. He's going to be a janitor, and they're just letting him live there for free.
I wish.
Well, janitors actually get to live places for free because I'll be a janitor if I get to live somewhere for free.
No, I don't know.
Oh.
That'd be
I know,
pretty-
like,
that'd
your
be pretty
college
cool.
professor, your kids can go to college for free. I'm just like, that was actually a major thing when I was thinking about becoming a teacher. I was like, well, my kids can go to college for free, so there's that. I don't have to pay all that shit ton of money.
That is a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
It's a shit ton of money to go to college.
And people wonder why a lot of people don't go to college. Although people do the army, I've been looking at it. It's really stupid to join the army. They're getting all that shit paid for, so.
You could just be in the National Guard and not really, do anything.
They could send out to take care of all the tornadoes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You don't have
I'm
to.
done with that.
You don't have to get, shot and die.
Tornadoes.
They're the after.
Speaking of getting shot,
You're gonna ask us if we could get shot anywhere
No.
where we get shot? Because I don't want to answer that question because I don't want to get fucking shot.
if you could be a real life superhero, like in the world we live, like bust up drug deals, save women from like getting raped, like all this bad shit that happens in our world, you could be a real superhero and prevent all that. Would you accept like every now and then? I'm not saying you're always gonna get shot. I'm saying like if you're a real life superhero in this day and age, you're gonna get like some cuts and bruises and maybe a gunshot wound, like it skins off you. Would you be willing to accept that just to be a superhero?
Yeah, but I'd go and be smart about it and fucking Batman it up and get like Kevlar shit everywhere. Kevlar mask, Kevlar socks.
Socks.
Yeah, like Kevlar everywhere. I want to be like the kid from A Christmas Story walking around like this saving people.
Okay. Zach?
Well, yeah, but I would kind of, just get all, suited up.
Fucking suit up, dude.
But then, if you're talking about, killing, actually taking a bullet, somewhere that it would kill me to save one person, I mean, I would say, yeah, but it's kind of like you double think about it, because it's like, nobody else is doing what you're doing. And you would save a lot more lives if you were alive. But then at the same time, as a hero, you want to save this person. So, yeah, I would take on that responsibility, but if I could, I'd have Batman armor all the way.
I'd shred them all out there, Punisher style, millions of guns, bulletproof vest, fucking.
You didn't say that we could have guns. I thought this was whole like hand-to-hand combat stopping shit.
No, I mean, define what you think your superhero. What would you your superpower stuff?
Superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? Why would you even need Kevlar?
Superhero stuff, okay.
I would freaking.
Are you gonna invent your own like cool inventions? Are you gonna walk out there with guns? Are you gonna?
I'd make a disintegrator ray. Start disintegrating people.
You sound like a villain. Oh, I don't like you. Oh, you made something like my hot cocoa.
Oh, dude, I'd save people with my villain. I'd be a good villain.
You'd be a hero. The disintegrator ray.
Yeah.
Okay, Zach.
And a doomsday device back in my house just in case.
No, Zach, go.
I'd pretty much be like Nightwing or Robin, like have like a probably Nightwing, just have the two.
And then I'd disintegrate Zach.
Eskrima sticks. Well, then I could just easily throw one at you, and you'd be all like, "Oh God!" And then I'd like
disintegrator ray, and it'd fire off and hit you.
And
in the
Nightwing-
toe.
No, you'd throw me and I'd be like, shh, and then it would melt. And then I'd be like, what's up, bitch? And I'd do it again. And then
no, because you're not. Nightwing was an acrobat as a kid, and can like move and stuff. So I'd throw one, you'd be all like,
Zach likes flexible man.
"God damn it!" I would throw one, you'd be all like, "Oh God!" And if you did shoot it, I'd have another one, and I'd throw it at you. But the whole time, I'd be moving at you, and then I would just take you down. 'Cause
I really didn't think he was going to say down, and I was about to get up and fucking run. I thought Zach's about to be like, and I'll take you. Nope, I'm out.
Yeah, I'd somehow amass an armory of weapons.
But there are like those few people though, like that it wouldn't do any good if they went to prison or anything. So I guess occasionally, yeah, you'd have to kill somebody. So I don't know how I do that with sticks.
Wait, we
besides-
can't kill people? Because that totally gets rid of my disintegrator ray idea.
No, in my entire arm's gonna have an armory.
But
of
they're
weapons.
evil. Why shouldn't I be able to just disintegrate them?
Yeah, I'd kill a rapist.
Oh yeah. I would.
Yeah.
I would beat a rapist to death.
I'd burn the drugs. You can disintegrate ray the drugs.
Yeah,
I'd
I'd
ray-
disintegrate everything. I don't know what you're talking about. I'd freaking like shoot the ground under his feet. Just watch like.
Disintegrate the rapist's penis off. Because then they can't rape anybody. It's just a little bulge.
I could just
Ow.
like the cops walk up. I disintegrate the ground under everybody's feet. The villains are like up to their neck. Like, hey, could you help us? Cops are like, nope. Just walk out.
The cops
I don't-
wouldn't show up. What are you talking
Yeah, the
about?
cops would never show up.
I'm superhero movies.
No, never. Well,
No, in superhero movies they show up. I'm saying in real life they would take forever.
It'd probably take forever.
They would.
If you could be in a car chase, not like legal, like run away from the cops
Look.
car chase.
time out. You asked Zach's question. I'm going to pee.
Fine. If you could be like one of those superhero car chases, you know what I'm talking about, where he was chasing after that guy in the Batmobile and Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Would you be like take part in that, like ride with him in the car? Cause he was like flipping and shit and lighting his fucking turbo engine, all that crap.
I mean, yeah, if I was with Batman, I'd be like freaking out, like this is awesome. But like the cops,
no, I'm not saying this doesn't have to do with cops. There's no cops, no more cops.
like on that movie, the cops were chasing him. It's like there's no point. It's the Batmobile. You're not gonna catch him, especially when he brings out the bat. It's just a giant floating thing. But yeah, I would love to be in a car chase that's all epic and like superhero Batmanish. Would you?
It kind of depends on the superhero.
Thor. Pretty sure he's just like, I don't
He can't
care.
fucking drive a car. He's a fucking.
Yeah, he'd just be like, I don't care. It'd be fun though.
Thor can't drive a car. He's not even from this world. They don't have cars.
That's on the
up
movie.
there.
He can't drive a car.
Yeah.
That's the point. Why would I want to be in a car
What
chase?
are you
I'll
even
fucking
talking
die.
about? He might disappear for a few seconds and come back and talk about Thor driving cars.
Okay, I was like, Zach, if you could be in a car chase, that's not like running away from the cops. It's like, if you could ride with Batman when he was chasing someone, would you do it? He's like, yeah. He's like, would you ride with Thor? I was like, no, because he's going to crash and I'm going to die. I'm not immortal. He is.
What about?
Yeah, his point.
I feel like Captain America would be that guy that's like
He has a motorcycle with a little
Yeah.
thing over here.
with
I
the,
do that.
with the side thing.
The little side trolley, poopy,
Is that for?
Bucky.
Till he dies and becomes the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. So alright. So,
Why are you giving
favorite
me a thumbs
DC
up?
character, favorite Marvel character to end the night.
Oh, I don't have.
Think.
Like,
Hey, if I
like
was-
hero?
We'll do heroes and we'll do villains and we'll end the night with that.
Shit, dude, you just made it twice as hard for me to fucking answer this
What was
question.
that? Aaron Devins are thinking.
Zach,
Your move.
Was it just DC and Marvel or
DC and Marvel. What else is doing?
I don't know. I was hoping you didn't say anything.
No, I
else.
didn't know. Just DC and Marvel. I don't really know anything else.
Crap.
I guess hero for Marvel would probably be. I haven't read any of the Marvel comic books ever. Just from seeing the movies, I like Tony Stark the best. He's really sarcastic. DC hero, Batman. How can you not like Batman?
Okay.
What about you, Cody? Fucking asking all these questions.
Marvel? Ooh. Tie between Captain America and the Punisher. DC? Red Hood. Zach? Superheroes?
From DC, Nightwing. Over there.
Okay.
And then Marvel would be Gambit.
Okay.
Don't he turn evil? No, not.
No,
not
he
different
like
guy.
stole and stuff at first, but he wasn't evil. He was just kind of.
Alright. Supervillains?
I'm gonna go. Zach, I already know yours, so just go.
The Joker.
And Marvel.
Marvel, I don't know. Somebody else can go because I need to think about Marvel.
DC villain. Ooh.
Marvel villain. Is Venom still classified as a villain? Because I know
Old
he does.
school Venom.
Old school Venom is villain, then he gets like really weird and becomes like half hero, half anti-hero, kind of weird stuff. Old school Venom for Marvel. DC. Once again, don't read any DC hero comic books, but just from the movies I've seen, I go with Ra's al Ghul. I like Ra's al Ghul.
I thought you'd say Scarecrow.
Scarecrow's fucking weird.
Mm,
He's just like, I don't know, I don't like him.
DC supervillain. Dexter. The Red Lantern Cat.
The Red
Ah,
Lantern
The
Cat.
Red Lantern Cat. Dexter. Yeah. Marvel villain. Gosh. Because some people classify him as a villain. Cyclops.
How
Because
is he a
in the
villain?
newer comics, he'll do anything to save mutant kind. You know, he's done some pretty evil stuff. Like he killed Professor Xavier. And like he's doing it because there's only like 100 or so mutants left in the world in the comic books right now. And like he pretty much has had to become kind of evil in a way. So Cyclops.
I guess for Marvel villain, I guess Pyro, because I've always wanted, if I could control fire, coolest thing. That's all I can think of.
He always makes me very worried with
I
the
know.
random shit that he says.
Dude, he could have fire just in his hand, totally controlled, like just whatever. That's cool.
Oh, okay. Calm down. It's alright.
It's not all like, ooh, fire.
Okay, and so with that,
I have a fiery temper. I'm sorry.
okay, this
That was
is getting
pathetic.
this is getting really good.
That was so dumb. That
All
was
right.
the worst thing you've ever said.
No.
And so with that,
Yep, that's it, you guys. That's for this time.
another podcast down.
I'm gonna call it that. Our next show. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that our next one is going to be either a Friday or a Saturday. So the 21st or 22nd of June.
Be there.
Follow us on Facebook, like our Twitter, follow our Twitter, wherever the fuck, reverse those things. I don't even know. They have so many stupid social networks that we gotta be on. It's crazy. If you tune in at the end and you missed the beginning, it will all be on YouTube. For some reason, our past broadcasts have disappeared on Twitch. Did you do that?
No.
Did you do that? Then Twitch took them off for some reason. I don't know. But it'll be on YouTube, and yeah, that's about it. Got all those pleasantries out of the way.
Watch that stuff on YouTube.
Watch that
Get
shit.
us some views.
Because we are sexy.
We are.
Not Zach.
You hear this voice? This is the voice of a sick man who came here to do work.
We got paid for this.
We totally did.
That'd be
No, he said we
Oh,
got paid.
if we got paid for
If
this?
we got paid for this, that'd be awesome. But we're just kind of...
definition.
We
of
do this
like
for your
job.
enjoyment.
Yeah, we do this for you guys because we like talking about comic books and we like talking about video games and
There's a lot of comic book talk
yeah,
today.
that's why I just left the comic book frame. Honestly, I kind of think we're just gonna keep. I think we're mainly a comic book kind of podcast.
You know what I mean?
But
Go on
we
YouTube,
like-
leave
Yeah.
comments on topics, and we'll talk about them.
also
How about
ask
that?
questions because
Ask
I have a good idea for a video to do where we answer you guys' questions. So do that. Do all of the shit that we just fucking said. Yeah. Word.
Can't see my other hand.
And Zach's quiet. I was waiting for Zach to say something
No,
funny
because-
because nope.